A book by William Seabrook called The Magic Isle introduced America and Europe to concepts that had held the island of Haiti in a grip of mortal fear for more than 300 years. The religion is called voodoo, a complex amalgam of African folk magic, Christianity, and elemental psychology. The most horrifying aspect of this belief is the zombie, a corpse reanimated by magic, forced to carry out the will of the master magician while in a state of living death. Seabrook wrote that he had actually seen a zombie stalking through the sugarcane fields under the light of the full moon. Within a few years, movie audiences around the world would see a great many more of them. White Zombie was made less than a year after Dracula, and in fact, the producers rented some of the sets from Universal. It has Lugosi at his most malevolent as Murder Legendre, a diabolical voodoo master.
Who are you? And what are they? For you, my friend, they are the angels of death.
The producers also borrowed Universal's chief makeup artist, Jack Pierce, to design Lugosi's imposing makeup.
My father once told me that when he was making the picture White Zombie, I don't know if it was a low budget or there was problems with the director, but the director left, and my father did part of the directing of that motion picture. And I remember that he liked the experience and wished that he had opportunities to direct again. That's one of my 5 or 6 favorites of his movies also.
And Lugosi was always very good at those little touches, or whoever, you know, I mean, obviously there were different makeup artists involved. I would probably think that Lugosi, you know, had much to say about his makeup and his appearance, no matter what the picture. Very satanic kind of thing. I think the devil's indicated there.
It isn't so much a makeup, it's rather expression. But I would rather have it combined with some romance. It has a much greater appeal to the audience, and even the box office of the producers would gain more. Romance is very important.
What is it?
I see death.
The same producers tried to mine a similar vein 5 years later with less effective results. A close-up of Bela Lugosi's eyes was used for that of the disembodied zombie master. In 1942, Mad Dr. George Zucco created a murderous zombie slave through chemical means in The Mad Ghoul, produced by Universal.
You must kill Eric.
Kill Eric. Kill Eric.
I've never met a person who was basically mean. It was always some situation or something that made them act in a negative way.
Miss Lewis, I want you to tell me everything you know about your accompanist.
Oh, no, Eric couldn't be mixed up in this. Why, we're engaged.
Suppose he's 2 people, the man you love and a ghoul.
The B pictures produced over at RKO in the 1940s were somewhat different from the ones produced by Universal. While the Universal films stressed more of a fun feel to them, the RKO pictures definitely had an adult theme. Films like I Walked with a Zombie was produced at RKO with an adult flavor by supervisor Val Lewton.
I Walked with a Zombie is generally regarded as the most sophisticated treatment of the classic voodoo premise. It was terrifying in that its most ghastly elements were left unseen and left to the audience's imagination.
Are you trying to tell me that the voodoo priest could cure Mrs. Holland? Better doctors. Don Paula, this woman is ill.
Val always had the theory that the greatest fear that people have is fear of the unknown. What's in that shadow back there? Or, you hear that? What's in that noise? Who made that noise? What is that? That kind of thing. It's been a year since I've seen it, but I thought it was quite an extraordinary concept, as most of Luton's films had, you see. And I thought it was beautifully realized, beautifully done, and I hope people who know Luton's work at all, I hope that's one of the films they see of his.
Not all zombies are from Haiti, of course. Some are apparently from Mars. Leonard Nimoy played the hollow-eyed invader some years before he donned pointed ears for his role as Mr. Spock. Aliens revived the dead as an unthinking zombie army.
Within 3 days, the dead will destroy all the living.
In the clunker called Invisible Invaders, featuring the ubiquitous John Carradine.
I am from another planet, outside your galaxy.
I'm sorry, I just don't understand.
Unless Earth surrenders in 24 hours, we will begin a mass invasion. We are invisible. We are invisible, Adam Penner. You cannot see us.
No, yeah, Visible Invaders, I believe it was shot for Lippert. I know that the director was very, very quick. I mean, we got the thing done quicker than you could shake a stick. But of course, in that day and time, it didn't cost anything to make movies, according to what they do today.
Sam Katzman B-movie unit at Columbia Pictures tried a topical update in 1956, nuclear-powered zombies. For those who care about such esoterica, this was the first film in which explosive squib effects were used to kill zombies.
Yeah, I remember that. That was one I had to really use my imagination on.
I said I would live to see you die.
How could a tubercular man have strength enough to break those bars like that?
You think that's something? Answer this one. How could a dead man have strength enough to do it?
For example, in a car scene, you're driving along and it used to have to use the backdrop thing and run the film on it, and you're sitting in the car and the screen is in back of you and you can't see, but you're driving, somebody's going like this in front of you, telling you how to drive.
Dave, did they? Oh, no. Go out and kill them.
I remember the next shot, you see them outside there starting to take control of everybody, and all of a sudden everybody starts collapsing and falling. I thought that took their imagination too, you know.
Those are the bodies that were stolen from the morgue.
You're dead, Claude.
Weak.